But Pogacar would continue to put the pressure on. Perhaps a little too much. Overcooking the corner, going to ground, and Van der Poel able to ride on. It was time once again for a Sunday in hell, the 122nd running of Paris-Roubaix, this time with a difference. One of the most famous debutants in recent years turned up, Tadej Pogacar. This is what he had to take on, leading Compiègne, now a fixture since the 1970s. 30 sectors of Cobbles, 53.5 kilometers, and of course those big 3 months. Arango, Mont-Saint-Préven, and then Cap Volderhout. Always a tough facing. Whilst the flag was waved with 175 riders on the start line, it was bound to be a nervy start. The wind was blowing, and there was always an opportunity to get up the road. And then Van der Poel would go again. The stop-start stuff, this was proving to be a big, very hotly contested race already. But what isn't it? Van der Poel, Pogacar, Pedersen. Philipsen was there as well, as was Bissegger. There were 5 superstars with 87 kilometers remaining. There were problems, though, for Pogacar. Would he be able to lash the distance? But with every cobbled sector, there was another attack. That at this point, with the gap growing, he was on his way to being outed again. Pogacar pushing on with 73 Ks to go. Van der Poel building up and getting through him. Van Aert off the back and then back again. And as they got to Mosselterel, Pogacar, Van der Poel and Philipsen were there once more. Van der Poel would make an attack. Pogacar would be forced to close it. This with 46 Ks to go. And then when Pogacar rolled through and made his own move, it was goodbye to Jasper Philipsen. But Pogacar would continue to put the pressure on. Perhaps a little too much. Overcooking the corner, going to ground, and Van der Poel able to ride on. Following the motorbikes maybe, perhaps better cycler pro skills behind. But the debate will go on. But it meant that Van der Poel could ride away. He'd have 20 seconds. He was getting it down. Full. He was getting it down, 14 seconds with a gap on the next sector. And Pogacar could see his big opponent just a bit further up the road. But then another bike change, just as it looked anyway, as if the gap was growing. It would definitively grow here. Van der Poel still looking good. But would there be another twist in the tail? We managed to get the gap down a little bit, just to be another 50 seconds, and a puncture with 15 kilometers to go on the Cap Volderhout was a problem for Mathieu Van der Poel. But it was dealt with well. It was dealt with quickly, and the gap continued to stay above a minute. Everybody was on their knees. This was a real fight. And after 5.5 hours, Mathieu Van der Poel was able to enter the arena and celebrate. Despite hurting, he saw the belt, he heard it, and was able to enjoy the last lap. It will be a hat trick in hell, not only able to stand the heat, but remaining ice cold. 3 from 3 for Mathieu Van der Poel, the modern key at the Roubaix Cobbles. Botab Mappies, Francesco Mosed, and now Mathieu Van der Poel, the 3 wins in 3 editions. But surely Tadej Pogacar must return now to try and claim a Roubaix Cobbles stat. He was second. Mads Pedersen again showed that he was one of the men of the sprint. A monuments man without a monument yet. Pedersen finished third.
This is the rhythm of the night. This is the